What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the best investments you can make in your business. Full disclosure, everything that I'm going to be talking about today, there's no short-term, investment that I'm going to talk about. There's not an investment I'm going to talk about. It's going to make you $1 million the next day. Everything that I'm going to talk to you about today, it's something that's more long-term, right? So it's for people that really want to build businesses, build names, build themselves up in the long term, right? Because that's essentially what I believe, as a business owner, you should be doing. And if that's not what you're doing, you're not really like an entrepreneur. You're more of like, an investor or a little different, which is fine. But this is mostly for entrepreneurs, business owners. So let me get right into it, right? So number one, investing in your branding, right? A lot of people forget about this, especially when they're like in the beginning or middle of the journey. And some people also focus a little too much, like on t-shirts, pens, and stuff like that. When I say branding, I don't really mean t-shirts, pen, mugs, and all that. Sometimes a lot of that stuff is unnecessary. But what I mean is, website, Instagram, have like a strong presence, right? Signage, if you have a brick and mortar business, advertising, ads, if you have an online presence, brand has to be strong. So colors have to be coordinated. The message has to always match. Everything with branding is going to help you out long term for your customers to trust you more, to be more, for them to distinguish, for you to just stand out from the rest. So when they see the colors, they see a catchphrase, they hear a song, they think of you. And this is something that's very, very important long term, and it helps a lot because when you have strong branding, you create just like a better bond, you create more trust, and it really helps out if you're trying to build a brand. You need to do a lot of this branding. And also, don't focus too much, like I said, on the small stuff, like on the mugs, pens, stickers. Some of that stuff is like all the extra stuff, but there's a lot more of like the essentials, like your website, Instagram, all social media, your signage, advertising, stuff like that, message, colors, things like that are really going to help you out. If you stay consistent, then it's really going to help you out long term. And when it comes to branding, you could either spend a lot of money or you can spend a lot of time. A lot of signs, you could do really nice signs yourself and, spend a lot of time on it. You could, build a nice website. You could build a nice Instagram. If you do it yourself, a nice logo. If you do it yourself, spend a lot of time, or you can spend a lot of money and do it. Either way, it's going to return. That's why I'm talking about investments today. This is the first investment that I would make, branding. This investment, it's going to come back to you. Don't cheap out on your signage, on your Instagram, on your socials, on your website, on your ads. This is the last place that you want to just cheap out on, because it will come back. And it also, not only does it come back as sales, but it comes back as like actual branding that later on, it means a lot more than sales. So to move on, number two, invest in your employees, right? So the way you treat your employees, the way that you reward your employees, it's going to directly reflect with your customers, right? So if you're not paying your employees well, if you're not building company culture, and if you're not doing anything for your employees are most likely gonna do the same to your customers. And it's kind of like a vicious cycle, and it doesn't work, and it's a very bad place to be saving or cutting costs, because your employees are usually the people that are bringing in your customers, right? Whether it's salespeople, just representatives, managers, they're not going to be managing as well. Anybody you have in your team, if they're not getting paid well, if they're not getting treated well, if they're not getting compensated, rewarded accordingly, it's just not gonna work out. It's not good. And like I said, it's gonna fully reflect with your customers, because they're gonna make your customers feel that as well. And that's not something you want. That's not something that works over time when it comes to business. So investing in your employees is a very good place to be investing. And like I said, you can either invest a lot of time or invest a lot of money. Now, I'm not saying on this one, it's more about the policies, the culture, not really so much about the pay, because you could pay people a lot of money and they're still not going to do exactly what you want them to do in the way that you want them to do. Usually you got to build that culture. You got to have policies in place. You got to have rewards in place. Obviously, you got to be paying a wage that, matches what they're bringing to the table, So, and then reward your employees. If they're doing a good job, of course, you want to go the extra mile. Flexibility is huge nowadays. Whether it's, working from home sometimes. I'm not a big fan of the working from home thing, but if it's necessary and your business allows it and it's possible, that can be a possibility to maybe do it. Sometimes being flexible is a very good way to keep your employees happy. Of course, pay, wages, that's probably the number one thing to keep an employee happy, but it's not the only way, okay? Don't let that stop you. If you're a business owner and you think that you need to pay your employees more money to keep them happy, that's not always the way. Everybody gets motivated in different ways. So some people may just want more time off. Some people may just want more time with their families. Some people may just want a bigger title. Some people, instead of being a supervisor, they just want to become a manager because that's their goal. That's been their goal. And just that title alone, they wouldn't even want to get paid more. They just want that title. And to know that they're progressing and to know that they're moving up, that helps. So talk to your employees, make sure that you're building that trust, that culture, and invest in them. Just invest time, and it'll pay off for sure. 3, the one I got is invest in yourself. The more you're educated about your business, the more that you educate on how to keep scaling your business, how to just do more within your business, the more you're gonna grow. The second you stop, I always say this, the second you stop learning, that's when you start dying, right? So as a business owner, as an operator, you need to do this. You need to keep learning each and every day, because that's what's gonna be, you're the person that's driving the business forward. So the second that you stay stagnant, the business most likely will stay stagnant, especially if you're a small business. If you don't have all these processes and systems in place yet, then I suggest you just keep learning and just educate yourself more and more every day so that your business keeps scaling, keeps growing. But yeah, that's what I have for you guys today. I hope you guys like those 3 areas to invest in within your business. It has really helped me out, still doing all 3. And I will continue to, grow, keep learning. And thank you guys. If you stayed and watched the end of the video, thank you so much. Make sure you like the video, comment if you want anything else that you want me to talk about, or any comments about this video, let me know. And make sure you subscribe, guys. All right. And I'll see you guys on the next one.